we want to talk about something troubling that is happening. On Sunday, I received videos of an accident or road crash around the Ejahebao area, and two individuals actually died. If the video I got is anything to go by, there was this individual we understand is a sprayer or a mechanic who was crossing the road. Well, it may not be the right place to cross, which is very important, but he ended up losing his life when a vehicle knocked him down, and eventually he died. Not long after, I received another video of a vehicle running into a truck, and we also understand that other people also passed on. Yesterday, there was a road crash at Potrikrom in the Ashanti region, and this particular road crash claimed the lives of 16 individuals. So if you go on citynewsroom.com, there is a story there which says a devastating road accident at Potrikrom in the Ahafua North Southeast district of the Ashanti region has claimed at least 16 people or has left at least 16 people dead following a head-on collision between an ambulance and a Ford Transit bus. The vehicles involved were an ambulance with registration number GV 52723 and Ford Transit bus with registration number GT 657619. Eyewitnesses say the crash occurred as the two vehicles, reportedly traveling at high speed, approached each other from the opposite direction. The Ford Transit bus is believed to have been traveling from Kumasi to Bechem at the time. Accounts from the scene suggest that the ambulance, reportedly belonging to St. Mary's Catholic Hospital in Drobo, was attempting to overtake another vehicle but could not complete the maneuver, leading to the collision. Several passengers on board the bus are feared dead to have died instantly and following the impact of the collision. Officers from the Metro Motor Traffic and Transport Department, MTTD, at Mankroso reportedly conveyed the victims to the morgue at Mankroso and Edu Jama. The Ashanti Regional Minister, Frank Amwakwini, expressed condolences to the bereaved families, writing on Facebook, "I've received briefing about the tragic accident that claimed the lives of 16 innocent souls as Potrikrom in the Ahafua North Southeast District. My deepest condolences go to the families. May their souls rest in peace. Authorities are investigating the circumstances leading to the crash." Well, this is a particular story that we are talking about, together with what happened at Pokwase, or the Ejahebao side of the Ofankor in Sawam Highway. A lot of questions we are asking. What is happening on our roads now? This is not the first time we are having conversations around this. What are authorities doing about this? Is it as a result of lack of proper road furniture that has to do with maybe street lights, that has to do with crash barriers, or is total indiscipline on our various roads? The way of motorists and also people who use the road.
Yeah, the pedestrians.
Understand that what happened actually at Potrikrom happened in town. It wasn't an outskirt. It was in town. But anyway, we have Doris Longta, who is joining us. She's one of our correspondents in the Ashanti region, to tell us what exactly happened at Potrikrom and what she has gathered as the reporter on the grounds. Doris, good morning.
Good morning, Philip.
First of all, can you share with us what you have gathered, or the details of this particular story, the road crash that claimed 16 lives yesterday?
Yes, so the unfortunate incident happened yesterday in the afternoon at Potrikrom in the Havana southeast of the Ashanti region. This stretch is that particular stretch is the Kumasi Sunyane stretch, and we understand that the Ford was moving or transporting passengers from Kumasi to Drobo, and the ambulance was also from Drobo coming to Kumasi, and the ambulance had 5 occupants, and the Ford Transit had 15 occupants, and out of the number, 16 died, and we have 5 survivors who are currently receiving treatment at various hospitals. And we understand that when the incident happened, on the spot, 14 passed, and then later 2 passed at the hospital. And it's so sad. The ambulance per the Mankanso District Police Commander's report was transporting a 1 month, 3 weeks old baby from the St. Mary Hospital in Jobo to the Confanoche for emergency treatment when this unfortunate incident happened. And so the bodies have been moved to the Mankanso mortuary, and the police said they have begun with their investigation, and they would let the public know what actually caused the accident.
All right. So you just said the body. Are we talking about the body of the child that was supposed to be transported from one hospital to another?
So the child, the commander's report is part of those who died on the spot. So we had 16 people dying, and 14 died on the spot, and then 2 died later at the hospital. And so the 16 bodies have been moved to the Mankanso mortuary.
Wow.
But the survivors, which are 5, are currently receiving treatment at various hospitals. We understand some at Confanoche, some at Edujaman Hospital, and then also the mother of the 1 month and 3-week-old baby is currently receiving treatment at via Yaunkwanta Hospital.
Right. So is this the first time such accident is happening on this road?
In an engagement with the commander, he mentioned that on that stretch, the road is actually good. It's been worked on, so it's good. And so the drivers speed a lot on that stretch. And he made us understand that this is not the first time. In a day, they can record like 2, 3 accidents on that stretch. And that it's that very serious, because frequently there are accidents, and mostly these accidents are deadly. So he was actually worried when we engaged him yesterday about this particular incident.
Wow. Paint a picture for us, the location where this accident happened. Reports we gathered is that this is not an outskirt of town, it's within town. Paint a picture for us.
Yes, so per report, the accident happened in the middle of town. That is the Potrikrom community. And so this is not an outskirts, and we understand that there are stops even around the area where the accident happened. And so concerns have come up that the driver of the Ford should have slowed down because it was approaching a community and all that. And a lot of people are actually blaming the driver of the Ford, who we understand also passed on the spot. And so I don't know, but in the middle of town in the afternoon, so I'm sure the community members at the time were very worried, because seeing this in a hot afternoon, it wouldn't be easy.
Wow. So the vehicles, were they totally damaged?
Yes. So that of the Ford Transit, the commander mentioned that the engine got removed, and when they got there, the engine was somewhere else, and other parts of the vehicle was also somewhere else. And so for that of the Ford, it was severely damaged, and then the ambulance, which is a hard body vehicle, the front side of it was also destroyed. Wow. And actually, with the survivors, they understand that the 5 occupants of the ambulance, 3 of them survived, and then that of the Ford, it was just 2 that survived.
Wow. And the Ford had how many in the vehicle? 16, I think, or 15 with the Ford.
Sorry, come again. I didn't.
I'm asking the occupants or the passengers in the Ford, because you made mention of 3 surviving in the ambulance and also 2 surviving in the Ford. But in total, we know that it's 16. But we don't know how many people were in the ambulance. So is that to say that how many passengers were was the Ford the Ford Transit carrying?
Yeah, so in the ambulance we had 5 occupants,
Okay.
and that of the Ford we had 15 occupants.
15.
Yes.
Okay. But you said that the driver of the Ford Transit passed on.
So the driver of the Ford Transit is part of those who died on the spot, but the driver of the ambulance is receiving treatment.
Wow.
He is still on admission. So that of the ambulance, we understand that the driver, the nurse, and then the mother of the 1 month, 3 weeks old baby, they survived.
Wow. So this particular community, have you spoken to any of the authorities there, maybe traditional authorities or the DC of the area or residents there? What exactly can be done to ensure that the numbers that we are recording there, that is road crashes, reduce? Because you said that this, according to what the commander said, it's not 1, it's not 2, but numerous.
Yes, so I'm still trying to establish contact with traditional authorities as well as the assembly member and the MP and other authorities who matter. As and when I get in touch with them and I get any information, it would be put out there for our listeners and viewers.
Doris, thank you so much for your time. Doris Longtai is an Ashanti Regional correspondent here at ChannelOne TV and City 97.3 FM. Sharing it with us that rather troubling story, the road crash that happened yesterday at Potrikrom in the Ashanti region, which claimed 16 lives. And amongst the departed, or the people who lost their lives, is a 1 month.
It's a baby.
Yeah, over 1 month old child
that was going for treatment.
And the mom.
A baby that was on the way to get treated, to be alive, unfortunately died because of someone else's carelessness.
Negligence.
Like you see, I just asked this question, and when I realized the baby died, I was just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's, oh Jesus.
But I don't know what will really happen if you are approaching town and you want to speed. And we've been seeing this too many times. People trying their vehicles in towns and all that. Recently, we saw one at East Legon, the East Legon bypass.
East Legon.
You see, we keep asking, it's not need for speed though. The thing, you are not, your vehicle might be faulty, agreed, but from reports we have gathered from National Road Safety Authority, from Police MTTD, from people within the transport space, most of these things is as a result of our negligence as drivers, carelessness. We want to test our vehicle, or we want to bypass somebody, or we want to get there fast, or we want to do this. But we tend to forget that there are a lot of people whose lives actually depend on this particular transportation system. Fortunately, we have the police commander on to share with us what really happened. Hello, sir. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
I trust you are doing well.
By grace, so.
Our correspondent has told us what happened, but from your side, what account can you give concerning this particular road crash?
Good morning to you, your host, the host, and then your panel members with your listeners. It was in the afternoon around 1:20 to 1:30 yesterday when we got a call that there was an accident at Potrikrom, close to Abidjama. That is from Kumasi direction, just after Abidjama, the next town. We went there and we got to know that an ambulance belonging to St. Mary Catholic Hospital, Drobo, with registration number GZ 527-23, driven by Techi Edward, 39 years, was transporting a patient, Trine Emmanuel, 1 month, 3 weeks old, from Drobo Hospital to Komfanochi. And when they got to Potrikrom, according to the information, there was a trailer ahead of the ambulance. So in an attempt to overtake the trailer, there was this vehicle also coming, a Ford Transit minibus with registration number GT 6576-19. Driver's name is not known because he died on the spot. And the driver was also coming from the Kumasi direction. And incidentally or coincidentally, that bus was also bound to Drobo. So there was a head-on collision. Some were attributing it to a tie best, but we are yet to ascertain that. Tie best of the ambulance. We are yet to ascertain that. So there was a head-on collision, and it was so serious that the engine of the minibus even detached from the vehicle itself. So we took 14 bodies on the spot. Then by the time we got there, the injured ones were transported to the hospital at Abidjama. So after we finished taking the 14, we moved to the Abidjama hospital to see what is happening there. And there we were told about the death of 2 others. So in all, 16 died, including 3 kids. One of them 4 years old, or about 4 years old, and then the 2 others are quite younger. Chine, the one that was being transported, died, and then another kid in the ambulance with them also died.
Wow.
And the others, they are now at various hospitals. Some of them are at Komfanochi. One at Chine's mother is at Bianquanta. And then one other person, as far as I know, was still at Abidjama. So we have 2 survivors from the transit bus, 1 male, 1 female, adults. And then the ambulance, the driver survived, the nurse survived, and then the female, that is Chine's mother, as I said, also survived. So in all, we have 5 survivors from the accident out of 21 people.
Superintendent, I want to ask you, the road, we understand it's in town. Approaching the town, isn't there any road sign to indicate that you would have to slow down as you approach the town? And we also understand that this actually isn't the first time an accident is happening in that area.
My brother, both of us know that when per the driving regulations, when you get to town, the rule is that you drive 50 kilometers or below, depending on the population. Even if there's nobody in town, you get to town, you have to come down to 50 kilometers per hour. But my brother, do we do that always? That is where the problem is coming from. I'm making this point based on the fact that the engine of the minibus detached from the vehicle. It suggests the type of speed that was there at the time. And the ambulance, we all know that based on certain immunities, they are able to do certain things. As to whether it's right or not is another thing. It's left with the legal base to talk about that. But, you know, as it was said, the driver was attempting to overtake a trailer. As to whether the trailer was also giving in by opening up to the rightmost edge of the road as per the rules, It's also another thing that we're yet to know. And unfortunately, we didn't even meet the trailer driver. He's gone. Or just as the accident happened, he didn't stop. So we couldn't get him to even ask him anything. So you see, what we can do is to be patient whenever we are doing everything, not only driving. This is in town. And before you get your license, you get the DVLA manual that is given to us to guide us in driving. And it is specifically stated there that when you get to places of that kind, you slow down to 50 kilometers per hour. So I sincerely believe that if the speed limit by the two vehicles was about 50 kilometers per hour, there may be a head-on collision, but this might not be the result.
Right. So what is the atmosphere in the area now?
For now, the atmosphere is cool, but yesterday it was so tense.
Wow.
And a whole lot of comments coming from everybody, almost everybody, and especially complaining about speeding around the areas. And in fact, there was a question one of you asked or said that accidents used to happen on that stretch of the road. It's very true. That stretch of the road is gradually becoming an abattoir for humans.
Yeah, so what will be done from now on? Because if we can all agree that, you know, there are a lot of accidents that happen on that same stretch, don't you think it's time to put in some measures? So maybe some of the road bumps, I don't know if that would be the,
or something.
Yeah, if that would be the right thing to do. But don't you think there should be some sort of measures that should be put up?
I sincerely think there should be some measures. But for us, all we can do is to put the facts together, present them to the officialdom for decisions to be taken. We cannot take such decisions. We can only let them know barely what it is. And so they will decide as to what to do.
Superintendent Andrews Kofi Okoninji, Police District Commander, Mankron. So thank you so much for your time. We are grateful that you joined us, and he explained to us what really happened. The ambulance vehicle was trying to overtake a truck ahead of him or her. I don't know who was actually driving. And eventually the Ford Transit vehicle ran into the ambulance vehicle, leading to 13 deaths in the Ford Transit vehicle and 3 dying in the ambulance vehicle, making up 16.
Yeah.
It's a sad one. It's a sad one. It's a sad
one, especially for the lives of the children.
Yeah, for the lives of the children. 3 children passing on. It's a very sad one. You can send us your thoughts, submissions, and comments via WhatsApp line. Let's know what you think of this particular story. And there are a lot more. Yesterday, there was 11 injured in a head-on collision on Cape Coast Takoradi Highway. That is also another big issue.